I really do think that we should take note when we have a look at these videos and we read newspaper articles and we listen to what's going on in Parliament regarding anti-Semitism, because, you know, we don't want to be caught like the frog in the boiling water where, you know, you just get so used to it and you think, oh, OK, well, that, you know, that's all right. And that was just that incident. And now we've forgotten about that. And that's just that one. And then all of a sudden, you know, we get to the stage where we have absolute worldwide hatred for the Jewish people. I mean, it's just...
It is very unfortunate, because I believe today history is not being taught in schools the way it should be taught. Like the Holocaust situation, most of the children passing through the educational system should know what it's all about, what happened, and how to avoid it in the future.
But the thing is, Yemi, I think I was talking to Bethany about this, our daughter, and a few years ago, and she said that in school they did learn about the Holocaust. She said, but until she went to Yad Vashem, it was just part of a written exercise, you know. They heard some stories, they read about it in their history books, the same as they read about, you know, about Mary Tudor and Prince Albert and everybody else. And then you get to the Second World War and all of this happened and 6 million Jews were exterminated. And she said you kind of just take it all part, you know, you go from history and then the next lesson is geography and then it's maths. And she said she didn't really give any thought to it until she went to Yad Vashem. And she said, and then it was a whole different scene. She said she actually was able to absorb it as not just a piece of history, but a piece of absolute tragedy. And I was thinking that if maybe not just the Holocaust, but with history, if children were able to have a chance to really absorb it, it may have more of an impact on them.
It is the way, like I said, it is the way it is taught.
Yes.
If you teach it as a theory, then they just say you study it for exam and then give you the answers you require.
And then never think about it, yes.
But the way we were taught history was that, look, this is what happened then, and this is why it happened, and this is how it started. So in the future, you might find yourself as a leader, and when you start seeing this kind of sign showing up again, you know what to do to put a stop to it so that it doesn't get bigger. So you were taught all these things so you're prepared. But today the children, you know, like my children, they don't even talk about the Holocaust, they don't talk about all those things because they were not taught in school properly. Sure. So, and that's what we need to do, educate them. When you see anti-Semitism rising, it means that that kind of spirit is coming back again. And it's for the authorities, even the guys in Parliament. They should clamp down hard on anyone that has us. Like this kind of guy should be locked up forever.
Exactly.
As a sign to the others that, look, don't go in that direction. But unfortunately, when you have even a whole political party, being saturated with people who have that kind of views, then you know something is wrong.
I mean, really, I think that if I was a history teacher, maybe it does happen in some schools, but I would like to be able to show my pupils documentaries and films of it so that they can actually really sort of not live it, but really understand it. Even when I went recently to see the film Churchill with Howard, I was thinking, you know, that I studied World War II in history, learnt about Churchill and such things. But when I saw that film, it really showed his heart. It showed how quirky he was, you know, a little bit different, how unconventional he was. And, you know, how at times he was all on his own and nobody was by his side. His own cabinet were fighting against him. But in my history books, none of that came out. And it's so important.
That is why they need to use all the materials available to educate our children, our grandchildren and everyone to know exactly what happened. And the reason I was smiling was last weekend, Sylvia and I watched the movie, and then I love the part where someone cornered him, you know, a reporter and asked him a question. And he wanted to show the reporter that it was all victory, but he turned his finger the other way around. And then his secretary was trying to explain to him, you know, why it was wrong.
Exactly.
And when she told him what it meant, he said, well, that's it then.
Exactly.